Hello everyone, and thank you for joining. I'm Frank from the City of Games, and it is fantastic to have you all here. Today we're going to be doing a live stream of the Isle of Cats Remote Edition. So first things first, if you're here and you have not yet printed out the player sheet, please make sure you do so. You are going to need that. I'm going to put the link to where you can get it into the chat. So please quickly download it. If you haven't got a printer, then you can have it on a tablet in front of you or a computer. But in a few minutes time when we get started, if you don't have the player sheet, all you're going to do is watch me playing, which will be no fun for you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's fantastic to see you all here. If you have any questions as we go, please ask in the chat. You do not need to have a copy of the Isle of Cats with you. You just need a pen, ideally several different coloured pens, and a player sheet. And then we're going to go through all of the different rules and teach you how this works. So I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes just to get kind of settled in. So what is this? I know people are thinking, what is the remote edition of the Isle of Cats? And this is pretty simple. The Isle of Cats is a board game where you are rescuing cats from an island that released a few weeks ago, and it comes with a standard version, a solo mode, and a family mode. Those allow you to play with your friends when you're sat together. It allows you to play with your family when you're sat together, and it allows you to play a solo mode on your own. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't allow you to play with other people who are in different buildings and different places to you. Because believe it or not, that's not something that we really generally do with board games. So what I decided was to try and create a remote version of the game. And now I am going to be showing that to you. I can see a few people are talking about the audio. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult because I'm going to be moving to another place, so I'm running off two different microphones, and this one's not quite so good. Hopefully it will pick up a bit when we switch over. So the remote edition is somewhere between the family and the standard version of the game. It's not quite so complicated as the standard version, but it is a little bit kind of more complicated than the family version. So anyway, hopefully everyone's here, everyone's ready to get going, everyone's got their player sheet printed, so let's get started. The setting. There is an evil warlord called Vesh, and he is on his way to an island, and when he gets there, he intends to destroy it, and we can't stop him. But what we can do is we can get to the island first, and we can rescue all of the cats before he turns up. Now, the first difference here is you're going to have 7 days to rescue cats rather than 5, the usual amount. So please do keep in mind, this is going to be a 7-round game. So, how is this all going to work? Let's jump over here and take a look. So, you will see that I've got a table set up and there's a bunch of stuff on the screen. Don't worry too much about what everything says. I'm going to walk you through it. Let's start with the absolute basics. So, everyone hopefully has a player sheet printed out in front of them. And you're also going to ideally have some coloured pens, or you're going to have one pen which you're going to use to do different shape colouring. So, you are going to, as we play the game, select cat tiles, and you're going to place them onto your boat. However, because you can't physically touch them, you're going to have to draw them in. So let's make the assumption that I'm taking this tile. The first tile I take can go anywhere on my boat. I can place it in any place. I can flip it, I can rotate it, as long as it fits in the lines. So let's assume I'm taking this one. If you've got a coloured pen, the simplest thing you can do, obviously, is just colour in the area to show the shape that you've done. What you want to do is just make sure that you've got clear borders around the areas, because you are going to want to see what other shapes that you have. So just drawing around the outside line can be helpful, but it isn't required. If you do not have different coloured pens, then you will see at the top of the screen over here, there are different recommended patterns that you can use for each of the different colours. So if you don't have a green pen, then perhaps instead of doing a green shape, you can just draw the shape in, and the green cats have spikes on them, so maybe we just put a few spikes in here to let us know that this is the green cat. You can choose to use any patterns you like. You do not have to use the ones at the top, but they're just some recommendations in case you need them. So Let's say that we're going to continue placing pieces. Let's say I'm going to place another cat on here. Each piece after the first, just like the normal game, still has to touch the previously placed pieces. So if I'm going to put another green cat in here, I could draw this into this gap. A terrible play, you might say, because I'm leaving this space here, but that's fine. It's now touching another cat tile, so that's a valid move. You can overlap rooms, you can overlap rats, you can overlap the treasure maps, and we'll explain what all of those do very shortly. The first thing that you're going to need to know is scoring. So once you've taken tiles and you've drawn them onto your board, you are trying to get similar coloured cats together. You will see over here in the scoring section that it says scoring, and it has blue, green, orange, purple and red families, which are the 5 different coloured cats that are available. And it also next to that says families, and then 3 equals 8, 4 equals 11 and so on. This means that for each coloured set of cats, so for these 3 green cats, obviously I've done these with the patterns, but let's just assume that that's green for everyone's sake. I have got 3 green cats that are touching. That creates a family. You need at least 3 cats of the same colour touching, and therefore I'm going to score 8 points at the end of the game. So this works just like the normal version of the game. It sounds, does it count as touching if it's just one corner? It does not. So diagonals do not count as touching. They have to have a full side touching another piece. So again, if you do get questions, please do feel free to ask them as we go along, and I'll keep having a look at the chat just to make sure we're keeping an eye on everything. So far, so good. You will now notice that there are little rats on your boat. These are tiny little rats. They're all in the middle of the squares. At the end of the game, you're going to lose 1 point for every rat that you haven't covered. So you need to make sure at the start that you're going to be placing tiles over the rats to avoid losing some points. You will also notice that there are different rooms on your boat. So you'll see that there is this large grey area. Hopefully your printer's made this clear enough for you, and another small grey area over here. This is to help you see the 7 different rooms. So there's 1 room here, 1 room here, 1 room over on the end, a small room at the top, a small room at the bottom, a medium room in the middle, and then 1 large room that wraps around the rest of it. You will also see for aid that there are different icons in the corners of those rooms just to help you see which rooms are which, and the room with no icon is 1 room as well. Will this video be available after the stream? It will be. You will be able to replay this whenever you like. And at the end of the stream, I'll talk about kind of the release details of this as well. So that is what you want to do. You want to fill the rooms, because every room that you have not filled at the end of the game is going to lose you 5 points. Every rat you haven't covered is going to lose you 1 point. And of course, the cat families are going to score you points to their sizes. So that's the majority of what you need to know for scoring. Finally, you're going to get rare treasures, which are these over here, and I'll tell you how to get these in a minute. And these are going to score you 3 points for every single one that you place onto your boat. And you're also going to get lesson cards. At the top of the player sheet, you will see there are a number of lessons. These are all in alphabetical order, so if you see one that's going to be 2 points, you can look to where the 2 is. If it's got 15 points, it's going to be at the end. And as you get these through the game, what you're going to do is you're just going to tick them off, cross them off, whatever you like, to show that that is a lesson that you have gotten. At the end of the game, you are going to score points for every lesson card that you have taken, assuming you have achieved it. So if I took this one, it says 10 points if you have exactly 15 cats on your boat. So at the end of the game, if I've got 15 cats on my boat, then I'm now going to score an additional 10 points. You may end up with lots of lesson cards, you may not have many. That will depend on how you select them. So the final one at the bottom right here is pick a colour, 1 point per cat of the chosen colour touching the edge of your boat. So in this instance, you get to choose a colour, and you choose that at the end of the game. So let's assume that I had selected this one as well. At the end of the game, just to recap, I'm going to score points for all of my families, I'm going to score points for my rare treasures, I'm going to score points for my lessons, I'm going to lose points for every rat I haven't covered, and I'm going to lose points for every room I haven't filled. So let's just check to see if there's anything going on. What if I have 16 cats? If you have 16 cats, you will not get the points for the 15 cats. It is exactly 15. Now, a lot of these lessons are very specific that you need to have exactly that. And yes, for a room, it has to be 100% filled. So you have to fill all of the squares within that room for it to not lose you points. when do you choose lessons? I'll talk about how you choose stuff in a moment. I just want to go through the placement first, and then we'll set up for the first round. So, that is all of the things you need to know here, apart from the treasure maps. You will see that there are 5 different treasure maps. Each treasure map has a letter in it. So R stands for red, G stands for green, B stands for blue, O stands for orange, and P stands for purple. If you put a cat of that colour on top of that space, you will get to take one of the common treasures. So over here, let's assume that this green one's here. Let's say that I managed to get a piece that was this shape. I put it in here. Life is perfect. I've put it over that G, and that means that I get to take one of the common treasures. Taking a common treasure is nice and straightforward. You're simply going to draw it onto your boat, following the normal rules. So again, let's say that I was to take this one here. I would just draw this onto my boat. Obviously, if you don't have colours, again, at the top, you can see that I've got my, not at the top, over here, you can see that I've got my recommended patterns. So I'm basically saying for rare treasures to just fill them in, and for common treasures, you can just draw the outline. You don't need to know about common treasures at the end of the game, so that's quite a simple way of doing it. So that's everything with placement, and that's everything with scoring. If you have any questions about that, please do make sure you let me know. We love Isle of Cats. We're trying to break 100 points. I have 81. My Missy has 87. Great job, guys. So, that is the scoring and the placement. So, let's now just move away from this. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up for the first round. You will see that over here I've placed 3 different cat tiles. These were randomly taken out of the bag a moment ago. And you'll see over here that it says 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each round, you are going to choose from 4 piles. But each pile is going to have a slightly different selection of things. So let's go to row 2, and let's go to row 3 over here, and then we'll go down here to row 4, and over here to row 4. So we are going to get 4 cards per round. The first row is going to have no cards, the second row will have 1, the next row will have 1, and then the next row will have 2 more. We are then going to get some cats. These 3 up here I'm not going to change, but they were randomly placed. We're then going to get some 2 new ones, and we're then going to get 2 more, which are going to come here, and then we're going to get 1 more, which is going to go down here. If we had taken any rare treasures, they would come over here. Unfortunately, we didn't, so I'm just going to move these ones out the way just to remove them from the board, because unless they come out, you are not able to select them. So, it's very straightforward. Each round, you are going to choose 1 row. So you can choose row 1, row 2, row 3, or row 4. As the stuff comes out, I'm going to tell you what the cards say, just to make sure you can read them. But most of them are fairly straightforward. So this one here is 10 points if you have exactly 5 visible rats on your boat. This one here is take any rare treasure. We don't have any rare treasure, so you won't be able to take any rare treasure. Or take 2 common treasure. The common treasure are unlimited, so you can take any amount of them throughout the game of any shapes and sizes. These are the 4 options. And down here, we've got 1 point per common treasure on your boat, and 10 points if you have no visible rats on your boat. So, there are Oshaxes that are going to come out as well, yes. And Scott, I will do that if it needs it, so please do let me know. So, each round, we're going to have a 4-minute timer. And in that round, you are going to select a row, and then you are going to do all of the things on that row. So if you select this row, you are going to place these 3 tiles. You can place them in any order, but you have to follow the rules. So the first one can go anywhere. All of the other tiles from then on are going to have to touch previously placed pieces. If you take a lesson card, you are going to quickly tick it off at the top to show that you have chosen it. And then you are going to take the other tiles and again draw them onto your boat. If you take a treasure, you are going to choose whether you're going to take rare treasure if they exist, or the common treasures, and you're going to place them immediately on your boat alongside your cats. As other cards come up, I will talk you through this. So, the printed lessons on the sheet are only selected lessons from the different modules. So yeah, so all of the lessons that are on the sheet are the only ones in the game. Most of them are the core lessons, but there's a few adjustments and a couple from the lesson modules, but these are the only ones that will be available. Not all of the cards are going to come out, so it's possible you won't see all of them. You cannot choose to not take something. So if you take a row, you have to take everything from that row and you have to place all of it. Now, I'm going to warn you, we're going to play 7 rounds. If you take 3 cats per round, that's 21 cats, and you are going to struggle to place them all on your boat by the end. So you do have to be careful, because if you can't physically place something, you're just going to be wasting turns. So that, I believe, is all of the questions. So the final thing that you need to know is the special abilities. So as we play through the game, you will see at the bottom that there are 5 special abilities, and you can use 3 of these in the game. You can only use 1 per round, and each one can only be used once. So let's, for example, say that I was going to take this bonus over here, which is take 1 additional item from any row. So on my turn, if I was going to choose this row, that would also allow me to take any one of the other 9 pieces. You can do that once, and once it's done, you need to make sure that you tick it off, and at the end of the game, you can only use 3 of these. The next one is place your next cat twice. So you can choose, when you're drawing a cat onto your boat, that you can draw 2 identical copies of that same tile on your boat. Again, that is a one-time thing. Or the final one is place your next treasure twice. So in the same way, when you take a rare treasure or a common treasure, you can choose to draw a duplicate of that onto your boat at that time. Again, just to clarify, you can do 3 of these in the game, and you can only do 1 per round. So if you've not done any by the 4th round, you probably want to start doing them soon. Finally, we've got 2 modifiers. So these count as part of your specials, but they work differently. Rather than giving you an additional thing, they change how you make your selection. So normally we choose a row. You will see here it says take a column instead of a row. So if I choose to do that, I can choose all 4 things from 1 column. So sometimes you're going to have to decide whether you actually want the column instead of a row, and you can tick that off. And the last one, take 1 item from each column. So again, that allows you to choose any one from each column, up to 1 per column, and a requirement of 3. So let me just check through. Lessons only score points at the end of the game, or when you take them, or in the middle of the game. You will only score points at the end of the game, and lesson cards are resolved at the end of the game. So for example, the lesson that says 10 points if you have exactly 15 cats on your boat, you need to have 15 at the end of the game. If you get 15, you do not score the points then, and at the end of the game you could have more. You need to finish meeting that requirement. Typically score. For some reason I get an error when I try to repeat the remote sheets. I'm very sorry that you're having trouble printing. I wish I could help, but unfortunately I can't. Lessons only score at the end of the game. I guess you tick them when you take them. B is blue. Can I clarify, is B blue, and is it that huge rune? Yes, so B is blue over here, and this is over in that large room. That is absolutely correct. You said you take 3 for the last modifier. Does that apply for the first one? It does not. So the first one is take a column instead of a row. So you would take all 4 of them from the column that you choose. The other one is take 1 item from each column. So effectively that allows you to take this one, and this one. B is not the room, to clarify. Yeah, so B isn't the actual name of the room, it's just that treasure map for that space. So guys, that is all of the rules. That is all of the questions so far. So does anyone have any other questions? Otherwise, we are going to get started. What I'm going to do as we play is each round will have a 4-minute timer, assuming that it works. So you'll see over here where it says ready. This will tell you how much time is left in the round before we're going to move on to the next round. For the first round, I'm going to be a little bit gentler just because I know people are getting used to it. You'll also see that there is a round counter up here to let you know what round we're on. We're going to play 7 rounds. I got to print it. That's great to hear. I have questions. Is it one special per round? Yes, you can only do 1 special per round, and you can do a maximum of 3 throughout the game. 1 per round. Are mods and bonuses only 3 per game? Yes, exactly that. So it sounds like everyone has got an idea what they're doing. The smart people out there have probably already started playing the first round because you can see what your choices are. And just as a reminder, if you do take the treasure, you take the tiles and draw them on straight away. You can't choose to place it later. So we are going to get started. When you cover a treasure map, so that was the B's and the G's and so on, you get, if you cover it with a cat of the same colour, so if it's got a B in it, so it's blue, you cover it with a blue cat, then you get to take one of the common treasures and place it anywhere on your boat as long as it's touching a previously placed piece. Is the first cat in the first row orange? Yes. So this is orange, this is orange, this is orange. Green, green, and then red, purple, purple. If you struggle to kind of see some of it on the screen, then do just let me know. I appreciate for some of you, you're going to be on phones and these things are going to be a little bit small. You'll also see that I've tried to arrange the tiles in such a way that you can see kind of how high they are, just to give you an idea as well. So guys, we are going to get going with the first round. I'm going to start the timer. I do hope you are ready because your 4 minutes is about to begin. If I don't press the wrong button, that is exactly not what I want to be doing. Let's come over here and make sure that our timer has begun. Good luck, guys. So I'm going to be playing as well. You are not going to see me on the screen. Out of 5 specials, you can use 3. That is absolutely correct. So you need to choose which of these tiles you are going to, or which row you're going to take and put it on the thing. So let's see. I'm going to look at the questions once I've done my turn because I also need to think about what I am doing. Remember, you might want to get lessons early on. You might want to kind of give yourself a plan, see what's going on. So I am going to be doing my turn off the screen. At the end of the round, I will show you what I've done. I will try and keep up with the questions as they come in, just to help out. Personally, I think it's great to take some lesson cards early on. So not going to tell you what to do. It's completely up to you. I'm sure all of you are going to beat me. But let's see how we go. We have got 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. So, I know there is a timer for sessions on the online session. Is this usual rule to use timers? Yeah, so ideally the timer is kind of a requirement just to make sure people move through it because it can be hard when you're drawing stuff on. But obviously you can kind of take that off as a house rule if you require. Can tiles go over walls? Yes, they can. The walls are not internal walls. They cannot go through the outside ones. So as long as it's within the outer border, that's absolutely fine. No limit on number of lessons. That is correct. There is no limit on the number of lessons. So do think about which ones you're going to take. If you're taking cat tiles, obviously you need to make sure the first one goes anywhere, all the others touch previously drawn tiles. If you take lesson cards, do tick them off and make sure that you can clearly see which ones you have selected. If you take treasure, at this point you can only take the common treasures, so you'd have to take 2. Make sure you draw them onto your board straight away, again touching previously placed pieces. We've got 1 minute 40 seconds left. So you want to be thinking at the moment about what your goal is, what your objective is. How much are you going to be focusing on filling up rooms? How much are you going to be focusing on trying to get the same cat colours? Are you going to use a special now? Because you could use a special right now if you want to and get that extra bonus to start. You could easily take the 4th row and then select the other lesson card from over here. But that probably wouldn't be a good idea because this one requires rats and this one requires no rats. What do the colours on the maps mean again? If you cover a treasure map with a cat of the same colour, you can take one of the common treasures. So if you were to take the green cat and place it over the treasure map with a G, you would be able to take one of the common treasures. You can always put tiles onto spaces if you want. They don't have to match, but you only get the bonus if they do. We have got 30 seconds left. You get 1 common treasure for covering a map. Just 1. You get 2 common treasures for the card, but 1 for covering a treasure map. So 20 seconds left, guys. I hope that everyone has got a good idea of what they're doing. Sarah is already regretting. You can flip them, you can rotate them, you can do whatever you want with them. Sarah is already regretting her decisions. I'm regretting mine too. It turns out doing this, talking and playing at the same time is a little bit more challenging than one might think, but hopefully everyone's there. Our time is up. So, in a second, I'm going to clear all of these off, but you've got just a few seconds left. So I'm going to show you what I've done just to make sure that everyone's roughly on the same board. So here we go. You will see that I have got a purple tile here that I took. I put it on the purple treasure map, which allowed me to take a common treasure. And then I also took the 2 lesson cards. If you didn't choose to do this, you are wrong and I am going to win. I apologize, but you might as well give up now because that is absolutely everything you're going to need. So if you are ready, we're going to move on to round 2. I'm going to clear these up. Once something has come out, it will not come out again. You will not see it again. So I'm just going to clear these away, get some more cats, get some more tiles, and we will see what comes out. So I will do my best to make sure that we try and keep these aligned as we go. This time around, you will see that I got a rare treasure. So this is now going to go down to our rare treasure pile, and it is going to be here just for this one round. At the end of the round, this is not going to be available anymore. So let's see, that is our first row. Our next row, we have got a treasure card. So again, you could take the rare treasure. This is worth 3 points at the end of the game, or 2 common treasures. They're not worth points, but they give you options. We have an Oshax card. I will talk through that in a second. Another treasure card. So for anyone familiar with the game, all the treasure cards we're using are the same. So now you know what it does. You don't need to worry about it anymore. This lesson card down here is 2 points per visible rat on your boat. So for every rat at the end of the game, you will gain 2 points, but you will still lose 1 point. So it's a net gain of 1. When we get the Oshax cards, what happens is we immediately replace it. So the card comes out and we take a random Oshax cat from the other little bag over there and place it onto the table. So how do the Oshax work? These are a wild coloured cat. So if you choose this one and you place it onto your boat, you can choose at the point that you draw it to make it any of the 5 colours. You do not need to remember that it was an Oshax. There is no need for that. There is no bonus for them at the end of the game. You purely need to make sure that you can choose what colour it is when you place it. I am sorry. Yes, that is correct. I was confusing myself then. So one more at the bottom. Let's have a look and see what's going on over in the chat quickly. So, can you flip cats? I think I said yes to that. Give you a chance. I'm trying my best. I am definitely not going to be the winner here. I do want to see everyone's scores at the end, though. You can flip. I've done something pretty similar. If you've done the same as me, you were great. Every treasure can only be placed once. You can't take the 1 tile treasure 4 times. No, you can. So in this game, the common treasures, you'll be able to use multiple times throughout the game. They are an unlimited supply. The rare treasures are only available in that round, but these ones are completely unlimited. You can take multiples of the same. This looks good. Do you fancy hosting a game when my new printer ink arrives? That sounds great. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So we're ready for round 2 because I think we've had enough time to get started. Your 4 minutes are beginning right now. Let's go. Round 2. So let's see what is the right choice here, guys. I think... always difficult, this first little bit, making that decision. Remember, you've got your specials. We're in round 2. You're going to get to use 3 of them. So at some point, you're going to want to make sure that you start using those. If you forget to use them, that's tough. In the last round, you're not allowed to do 2. Can you take 2 of the same rare treasures? If the treasure is stacked, how can you count them? Yes, you can. So these are the rare treasures are unlimited whilst they're on the screen. If 2 of the same come out, it just basically means that you've got that option. The second one is irrelevant, and it could just as simply be removed from the game. So yeah, you can, if you're taking 2 rare treasures, you could take 2 of them in 1 round. Okay, let's see, where am I going now? I think there's some obvious choices here, guys, and obviously if you are getting it wrong, then that's a real shame for you. It's a real shame, but Hopefully you're making some good decisions and we are all going to see some great scores at the end of the game. So we have got 2 minutes left. We are halfway through the second round. I hope everyone knows what we're doing, because moving forward, we're going to be skipping through these rounds. As the questions die down, we're not going to stop. As soon as the time is up, this is going to get removed away and we're going to keep going. That's correct. If you match a coloured cat with a coloured treasure map of the same colour, you get to take one common treasure and place it onto your boat. So you've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left, guys, in this second round. I think that there's a lot of things you could be doing right now. You could probably make a lot of mistakes. You could probably be leaving weird shapes for yourself, and you probably don't want to be doing that. Let's think about exactly what our goals are. Let's think about our objectives. For anyone familiar with the game, you're going to score probably a slightly lower score in this than you would in the standard version, but higher than the family version. So somewhere in between the two. That may not help many of you, but we'll see what happens. We have got 50 seconds left. I'm feeling relatively confident. I feel like I have done a good job. I don't know. I feel like this could work out for me. And I look forward to seeing what you guys score. You've got 30 seconds left. Once we've finished, you'll be able to send your photos via the Facebook group or via Twitter to us, or post them on Board Game Geek. I'd be really excited to see what some people have got. And if you're playing this on the YouTube video later, then again, please do feel free to share that with us and let us know, because I would love to see how well you've done. You've got 10 seconds left. I'm getting ready to take these cards away, guys. So please make sure that you are ready. You've got 4 seconds, 3 seconds left. We are going to move on to round 3. So these are coming away. Congratulations to everyone who is keeping up so far. If you have any questions at all, then please make sure you let me know. But it seems like everyone has just about got the hang of it at this point. So I am going to take some cats. I always leave one on just so that I can make sure that when I'm putting them back that I am putting them in a good place. This rare treasure has now gone, but we do have a new one coming out, which is the 2x2 square. So let's just put this one up here and we will see what we've got in our third round. I'm hoping that Team Purple is doing good. Personally, I'm voting for the purple cards, or purple cats right now. So this is where I'm going. Let's see where everyone else is at. Okay, so what have we got here? We have got 7 points if you have one or more of each colour touching the edge of your boat. So you need to have at least one of each of the 5 different coloured cats touching the outer edge of your boat. Another treasure card, 1 point per lonely cat on your boat. So lonely cats are cats which are not touching any other cats of the same colour. So if you had these 3 cats touching each other, they would all be lonely because they're not touching other cats of the same colour, so you'd gain 3 points. And 12 points if both of the captain rooms are full. So this is the 2 rooms on either end. You will see that there is a little room here with parrots in the corner, a little room here with parrots in the corner. So to complete this objective, you need to make sure you filled every square in both of those 2 rooms. So let's see what cats are coming out, and we will get going. I hope you're ready for the third round, guys. So you really want to make sure at this point that you are starting to think about those specials. I'm starting to think about them because I've been forgetting about them so far, as I keep telling others. But it could be good for you. It could be good to get it now. So we're going to get going. We are starting the third round. Your 4 minutes has begun, guys. Good luck. Ooh, this is a bit more tough this time round, isn't it? Or perhaps not for you. Perhaps for you, this is the perfect round. I am starting to feel like it's time for me to use a special. So I'm going to use a special, I'm going to choose one, and I'm going to tick it off at the bottom to show that it has been used. And I'm feeling good about that choice. I'm feeling like that was a good decision. I hope everyone else is having equal success at the moment. So we have got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. So hopefully you are managing to get everything filled up. We have to fulfill each row strictly from left to right. You don't have to go from left to right. You can do them in any order. You have to do all three things from a row, but you could do the right and then the middle and then the left. You could do the middle, the left and the right. It's up to you the order as long as you do all three of them. So what am I doing? I have one more thing to consider, which I think is a good, simple choice over here. Oh, I'm feeling good about this, guys. I hope that everyone is doing well because you have got just 2 minutes left for this round. So as I say, we're doing 7 rounds. So this is the 3rd round. We're nearly halfway. Next round will be the halfway point. So at this point, you really want to have some clear objectives and to be thinking about your goals, what you're going to do with them, and how you're going to fill your boat. Each room you don't fill, and this means every square has to be filled, is going to lose you 5 points. Every rat that you haven't covered is going to lose you 1 point. Every set of 3 or more cats of the same colour touching are going to give you points. I've already accidentally cheated. Don't worry about it, Carrot. No one knows. It is not a problem. This is a learning game. It's a prototype, playtest, beta, remote edition of a board game. There is nothing to worry about. As long as we're having fun, that's all that matters. And next time round, we can try it again. And I will be doing more streams of this, and I will be talking about that later. Right now, people have got 50 seconds left. You took an item from each row. Ah, yes. I appreciate that sometimes that can come up, but, you know, it's only going to be one extra thing because you do have a take 1 from each column. So if you were to tick that one off, then effectively you've only cheated by taking 1 extra thing, maybe if they're in different rows or columns. It doesn't matter. Who cares? We have got 30 seconds left. That needs to be a new special, yes, it does. There are certainly some which I've thought about, which I've tested and thought they're a little bit not quite right for various reasons. But, you know, this is why we're doing this. We are doing a beta test just to see what people think. We've got 10 seconds left. So please make sure you're wrapping up because we are about to move on to round 4. And again, I'm not going to be holding back this time round. Right, time is up. We are moving on to round 4, and I'm going to start picking these up. Well, I'm going to score -5. If anyone wants to feel better about themselves, the first time I play tested this, I did the most horrific I've ever done in the Art of Cats in my life, and I scored 11 points at the end of the game, I think it was, which, considering normally I would expect to be scoring kind of 100 points in the Art of Cats, scoring 11 was something that I was very, very ashamed of. So, next thing's coming out. I would say in this version, 70 points is an absolutely fantastic score. If you get 70 points playing this today, right now, I am going to be super impressed with you. If you get 50 points, then you're probably still going to beat me. So we have got 2 red cats and a blue cat at the top. We've got 2 points per rare treasure on your boat. So now rare treasures are worth an additional 2 points if you take that card. Okay, so this is a special card, and I will talk about that in a moment. We've got a treasure card, and we also have 10 points if you have exactly 15 cats on the end of your on your boat at the end of the game. So that one has come up. So if you're working towards getting 15 cats, this could be a nice, easy 10 points for you. Let's see what's come up over here. So let's ditch off the last rare treasures. We have got a new rare treasure out. This is a good round for anyone who's been focusing on red so far, it seems. Red is certainly looking to be popular. So this is round 4, guys. Again, with your specials, you can use 3 of them in the game. So you do want to make sure that you are starting to think about using them because you can only use 1 per round. We've got 1 more rare treasure that's come up. This needs screens for a playmat. Yeah, it's exactly the kind of thing that would be perfect for it, wouldn't it? I mean, at the moment, obviously being kind of a print and play version of the game, then we'll see what happens. Okay, so what does this purple card do? This says place your next cat or treasure anywhere on your boat. So if you take this row or you take this card through a special, one of the pieces you place this turn can go anywhere. It does not have to touch a previously placed piece. It overrides the rule, but of course the cost of that is you're going to get 1 less cat. So round 4 is ready to go. The timer is about to begin. You have got 4 minutes starting now, guys. Good job, good luck. Let's see where we end up. Oh boy, this is a tough one for me. This has not gone where I wanted it to go. I'm going to have to do a shift. Don't be afraid to shift. We've still got 4 more rounds. This round, the next round, the next round, and the next round. So you can still shift. It's not too early to be shifting. You may not do very well, but it's about having fun. It's about looking at what comes up. It's about thinking about what comes up and seeing what you can do. Oh my goodness. Saying that, this is very tough. We are 3 minutes left, guys. So please do keep an eye on the time. Make sure you're keeping up. So far it seems good. No one's told me they're struggling too much. So I'm pleased to hear that. Can we then attach tiles to that single remove tile? Yes, you can. So, Napo, if you take the purple card and you place a cat anywhere or a treasure anywhere, later on you can build from there as well. So you'll have 2 places to build from. So that's pretty good. That could be a good little bonus for some of you. We are 2.5 minutes remaining. Again, start to think about whether or not you want to be taking some specials. If you haven't used any specials by the end of this round, you're going to be forced to use them from the next round on, unless you don't want to use them. So, and I recommend using them. They're going to help you. They're going to give you bonuses. So just 2 minutes left, guys. For anyone who's wondering, this game is hopefully going to be released over the next couple of weeks, so people will be able to play this at home. But what I will do is I will tell you the card set now, so anyone who feels confident enough just to take it and run with it will be able to do that. If you want to wait until you've got some printed and written rules, then keep an eye on the website, follow us on Twitter or Facebook, and that will be coming through you soon. For anyone who's recently joined, thank you so much for tuning in. We are doing a playtest of the remote edition of the Isle of Cats. We're currently in round 4, so it's unfortunately a little bit too late to join, but you can come and watch the video later if you want to, or I'll be doing another stream later in the week, and we'll talk about those soon. So feel free to follow us on Twitch. If you have an account on Twitch, hit the follow button and you will be able to come back and see when we go live in the future. Again, just to keep keep an eye on Twitter and Facebook for updates. I've made huge mistakes. I am relying too much on stray cats. Yes. So thank you so much for following Fearless Indigo. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So the cat says only 1 of each shape for each colour. So once this tile's come and gone, you will not see it again. We have got 45 seconds left, guys. We are running out of time in this 4th round. So please do make sure you've got stuff going on. I mean, you're all playing with a handicap because you have to listen to me. So that's a little bit more difficult. Is the special cat card on the page? There is no, as in this one here, where you can place the piece anywhere you like. It's something you use now. It's not something that you kind of record. And if you're talking about the OSHAPs from earlier, then no, you don't need to keep track of it. You just place it as you take it. My real cat, Freddy, is helping me. I'm very glad that Freddy's helping you. I wish that he was helping me as well, because this is hard work. There are just 10 seconds left, guys. So we are going to wrap up this round. We're going to move into round 5. So again, I'm going to reiterate that if you've got specials from round 5 onwards, you're going to want to be using them. I'm going to start clearing everything up. My 2 cats are ignoring me. I need them. Yes, my cats, unfortunately, Yana and Kumar, have been locked out of this room because I can imagine that they would be an absolute nightmare, knock everything around. And if it wasn't bad enough, I've actually got a fly in here that's decided to join in as well. So it is flying around, making my life a little bit more challenging. Take one item from any row, even the one we choose in this round. No, so you cannot take the same piece twice. I should have iterated that. I do apologize. So you can never take the same piece twice in a game. If you have already done that, then do not worry about it. It is not a problem. I am more than happy to live with the fact that that is some wording that needs a little bit of improvement. So here are the straights. Someone was saying earlier they were relying too much on straights coming out. Maybe this is your opportunity right now. So what have we got over here? So 15 points if the dining room is empty. That is this room in the middle with the apple cores. So if you have not put anything in that room at all, then at the end of the game, you'll get 15 points. It might be too late for some of you, but who knows? Rare treasure or common treasures, Oshaks. So I'm going to take one of the random Oshaks and put this over here. Again, the Oshaks is the wild card, so you can put this as any colour you like when you draw it. And again, the place your next cat or treasure anywhere on your boat. It says place your next cat twice. Is it whichever I draw from a row? That is correct, yes. So if you are taking a cat from a row or anywhere on the thing, and then you've drawn it onto your boat, if you choose that special, you can choose to draw it onto your boat again immediately afterwards. So we have got some straights coming out. Someone, as I say, was after straights, so hopefully this is going to work out for them. We've got a nice mixture of colours. We are not looking to have any of the rares though, so that is unfortunate. Round 5, we've got 3 rounds left, and make sure you've used some specials. If you haven't already, you need to start using them now. Your 4 minutes is about to begin, so good luck with the next round. Your time starts now. Oh my goodness, this has proven to be complicated. So really think about how you're going to get this to work. Work out how you're going to place these things on your board. Work out how you're going to do as good as you can, because people say it's about having fun, but also it's kind of sometimes just about winning. I can see the pressure coming through now. It's getting a little bit more difficult. The straights are 5s, yes. Sorry, I am trying to put them in a way where it's a bit clearer, but I appreciate that they're slightly off the top there. And my hands over everything probably isn't helping anyone either. So continue to think about how you're going to get all of your objectives done. If you've taken some lessons, you want to be working towards them. You want to make sure you're getting families, so that's 3 or more cats of the same colour touching. You don't want to be forgetting that, because that's going to be a lot of your points. Again, if you do take any specials, then do make sure that you are correctly ticking them off, just to make sure that you are getting that right. You can only do 1 per round though, so don't leave them. You need to make sure you've used at least 1 special now, or you are going to run out. This is where I wish I wasn't streaming, because I have just placed something in the wrong place and I'd love to change it, but I can't. It's too late to change it. That is a mistake that I've made. This is a great thing. You have got 1 minute 30 seconds left. About these writing versions is that you're committed. Once you've drawn that thing on there, you are committed. To those of you who are using a pencil and a rubber, you are terrible people. Be brave, draw it, go for it, see what happens, get through to the end. We have got 1 minute, 15 seconds left. So personally, I've now used 2 specials, which means I've got 1 left for either round 6 or round 7. And I really hope that you guys are using them up. You need to be thinking about filling your rooms now. You need to be thinking about completing your objectives. Make sure that you've taken some lessons. If you haven't, it's going to get difficult for you now. Cover those rats. In the bottom left in the scoring section, you will see what you're going to score points for. So make sure you are really paying attention to those things. We also love playing Aleph on the sofa. Writing is, yes. My specials are long gone. Yeah, I mean, using your specials early on is a great thing because you can use them early to give yourself the options and to really set yourself up. And then rely on a little bit of luck and hope you get the things you're going to need. We have got 25 seconds left, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined in for this and come along. It's absolutely fantastic to see so many people here, so many people involved. Hopefully you're all having fun and you're getting through this. With 10 seconds left, we are going to quickly move straight on to round 6. I'm so excited to see people scoring and I cannot wait to see how this has gone for everyone. I'm looking at my boat thinking there could be some terrible, terrible decisions that have been made. I'm praying for a certain thing, but round 5 is up. We are moving straight on to round 6, guys. I'm going to start clearing this straight off. So please do make sure that you are ready. Start thinking, planning ahead. What is it I need to do? Have a look at your lessons. Remember to be checking your lessons, to be thinking about what your objectives are, what you're trying to achieve. Make sure that you've got it right because it's going to be too late soon. So let's take that one away. Let's put down some new pieces. So we have got a red, which is a 5 square red. We've got a 5 square orange, and we've got a 5 square blue. So for anyone who wants corner shapes, you are perfect. Lessons, I have 1. How many lessons does everyone have? Whilst I'm putting these out, let me know in the chat. If you're on the chat, tell me how many lessons you've been selecting right now. So this lesson that's just come out, pick a colour, 1 point per cat of the chosen colour touching the edge of your boat. So for every cat of the colour you've chosen touching the edge of your boat, you will get 1 point. 12 points if there are no empty spaces at the edge of your boat. So at the end of the game, if there are no empty spaces at the edge of your boat, that's going to score you 12 points. And 1 point per lesson card in front of you. So including this card, for every lesson that you have chosen and ticked off, you are going to get 1 point. So I can see 3 lessons, 2 lessons, 5 lessons, 3 lessons, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 2, 3. So it seems the majority of people have taken 2 or 3. A few people have taken 1 or 5. So that's really interesting to see. We've got an Oshax that's come out here. Again, remembering this is the any colour piece. So let's get these last cat tiles out. Let's see what comes out. We have got some rare treasure over here. So this is a purple and a red, another purple over here. So this is looking good. This is exactly what I needed, guys. I don't know about anyone else, but I am over the moon with this selection. So we are starting round 6. Remember to keep using your specials. Your time is about to begin. You have got 4 minutes starting from now. For the 1 point per lesson in front of you, you have to meet your lesson to get that. You do not. So you do not have to have completed the lessons to get the points. So if you've chosen 5 lessons and you take that, you're going to get 5 points. I do not have... how many lessons do I have? I currently have 2, but I think I'm about to take a 3rd. Can the tiles be rotated and flipped? They can. You can rotate them and flip them however you wish, as long as they maintain the standard shape. So I'm going to have a quick look at what I'm doing. I'm feeling really, really good now. This round has gone so perfectly for me. Maybe. There's... oh my goodness, there's a little bit of a risk that I have to take now. Oh boy, that is a challenge. Oh my goodness, this is a difficult choice. I feel like I have to go for it. I'm going to take the risk, see if it pays off. It's scary. It's feeling a little bit scary. So we will see. We have got 2.5 minutes left, guys. 2.5 minutes left. Kind of task, is the 1 point per cat chosen touching on the paper? Is the 1 point per cat chosen touching on the paper? It should be, yes. It is the very last one in the bottom right. It starts with pick a colour, so it is not in numerical order. That one is the bottom right. So yes, the pick a colour, 1 point per cat of the chosen colour touching the edge of your boat is in the bottom right hand corner. We've got 2 minutes left, guys. 2 minutes. We are halfway through round 6. You want to make sure that you've got only one special left at the most as we move into round 7. If you do not have your specials used up, then it's only you. It's only you that's going to suffer. I am looking at all of the things I need to do in the next round, and I feel like I'm going to be suffering. My goodness. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things I want to do next round, and I have used all of my specials, which means that I am going to struggle to do those 6 things, I think. We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds left, guys. I had such big dreams. Tell me about it. Do you remember about 1.5 minutes ago when I was saying I'm going to risk it and I'm going to go for it? And now I'm looking at my thing thinking, terrible, terrible, terrible decisions were made. We will see what happens. We've still got another round. Pure orange next round, please. Oh my goodness, I wish I could do that for you, but unfortunately I have not been taking orange cats, so I have no interest in doing that for you. But who knows, maybe the randomness of the world will help you. I failed my mission, I cheated too. As long as you're having fun, Karen, it does not matter. We do not have to worry about anything else. We have got 30 seconds left, guys. I think just to speed it up, in the last round, I'm only going to give you 30 seconds. So, no, I'm not going to do that, but it would be fun, right? Speed round, just to put that little bit of added pressure on at the end. If you can't fit all the cats from a row, can you just have the ones that fit? Correct. So if you've got to a point where now you're struggling to place pieces and they don't fit into your boat, then you are welcome to just leave those off. Obviously, if you can place it, you do have to. 5 seconds left, guys. We are going to quickly wrap this up into the 7th and final round. So your time is up. I'm going to switch this over to our 7th round. I'm going to pull these up. And I'm excited. I cannot wait to see how people have done. I'm sure someone out there has done amazingly. I'm sure some people out there, maybe they've struggled a little bit. Who knows? We will see. But it's been fun. I've really enjoyed this. I'm so glad so many of you have turned up to help me to give this a try and to see what happens. So everyone hopefully is feeling confident. I can see in the chat so many people are totally feeling confident. I'm glad I decided to watch this despite not actually being able to play. This has me interested in the Isle of Cats now. We finally got Fedoran Gardens table last night. I really enjoyed it. Well, thank you so much for playing Fedoran Gardens. I really do appreciate you for picking that up. And hopefully this has given you a really good idea of the Isle of Cats. The standard game is a little bit more to it than this, but it gives you a very similar kind of feel. I'm glad you're all enjoying it, guys. So I'm glad you're having fun. I'm enjoying it too. I would enjoy it even more if the right things come out this round, but we will see because who knows what's going to come out. Okay, so in the final round, we have got a treasure, we have got a treasure, we have got an Oshak, so I'll switch that one up. And we have also got 15 points if you have 3 or more cats of each colour on your boat. So if you have got 3 of all 5 cats, so at least 15 cats, you are going to get 15 points for this one. So we will see what's coming out. We've got a long 5 square blue. We've got another treasure coming out here. All the rare treasures are coming out, guys. I really wish I'd left a special for this round because that would have been absolutely perfect for me. But I did not, and as such, I am looking to have a terrible score. We will see what happens, guys. We're in the last round. Make sure you use a special this round if you've not used it already, because we are beginning. You have got 4 minutes left, and then we're going to start scoring. Good luck, guys. I hope you do better than I'm about to. Oh my goodness. Ugh. So, oh my goodness, this is difficult. No long greens. I'm just wondering, there are no 4 square cats. There are 4 square cats but not in this version that we've got with us at the moment. So we unfortunately definitely won't be seeing any of those. Oh my goodness, guys. You've got 3 minutes left and I am struggling. I think that I've got to do this because that's going to cover that box. I've got to take this because that's going to cover that box. 3 minutes left, guys. 3 minutes for all of your hopes and dreams to come true. What are your hopes and dreams, you say? What are your hopes and dreams? I am also wondering the same. Some terrible things have happened, and I'm not feeling good about it. You've got 2.5 minutes left. This is the last round. Remember that this is the last round. And remember, there are only people who win and there are only people who lose. There is nothing else in the world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you haven't won. I'm feeling bad. I hope you're feeling confident. We've got 2 minutes left. I've got 1 more tile to place and I am drastically trying to work out the best thing I can do with it in my head. But it's so difficult. Oh my goodness. I feel like my plans, my dreams have failed. I hope everyone else is suffering just as much as me with 1 minute and 25 seconds left. Ugh. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. You've got 1 minute and 10 seconds. This is the last round. Make sure you've used the special this round if you've got any left. I hope that everyone's used at least 3 of them. I hope that everyone is going to have done better than I have because this is a disappointment. My mother would be so ashamed of everything that I've done in this game. But we will see what happens. I'm feeling confident. 50 seconds left. I need to get this last piece drawn onto my boat. I think that I'm just going to have to go for it. "30 seconds, guys. We are in the final countdown, and then we're going to start with our scoring. So please keep an eye on everything you need to do. I'm feeling confident. 10 seconds, guys. Lots of silence means lots of hard decisions. Yes, you can tell how difficult that I'm finding this last round. 3 seconds, guys. Time is almost up. We are done. I'm going to start taking these pieces away. You have had plenty of time. If you have not managed to get it sorted by now, unfortunately, that is it for you. So I am so intrigued to see how people have done. Please make sure that when we score up that you share some photos, whether it's on the Facebook group or the Twitter group with me. That would be absolutely fantastic. So let's talk about scoring. Let's work this out. So I'm going to go through mine and hopefully everyone else can go through theirs at the same time. So the first thing we're going to look at is blue families. I've got 5 blue cats that are touching to make a family, which is going to give me 15 points. Green families. I've got 1, 2, which is not a family. You need at least 3, so that is going to give me no points. Orange, I've got just 1. Again, you need 3 or more, so that's going to give me no points. Purple, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to give me 25 points. And for red, I've got 1, 2, 3. That gives me 8 points. Rare treasures, I do not have any. For lessons, 1 point per common treasure on your boat. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 common treasures. 10 points if you have no visible rats. I do not have any visible rats, so that is 19, and 12 points if there are no empty spaces at the edge of your boat, so that is going to give me 31 points. You lose 1 point for each rat which is visible. I have no rats visible, so that's going to be 0, and 5 points for each room you haven't filled. There are 7 rooms in total, so just count up the icons. I have a parrot, an apple core, and an empty space, so that is 3 rooms, so that is going to be minus 15 points. So in total, I have scored 15, 30, 48, 79. I have scored 64 points. So, where is everyone in the chat? 64 points. Let's have a look to see where everyone else is at. Let's go back to the chatting screen, because this is what it's all about, isn't it, guys? So I can see 49, 45, 56, 62, 31, 60, 22, 36, 63, 40, 40, 42, 36, 30, guys, 73. Congratulations to everyone who has been in the stream. Congratulations to everyone who has, oh my goodness, what am I moving here? I do not want to be doing that. Hopefully, we are still good. Congratulations, guys. It is great to see people have been doing so well, and it's great to see that people have been scoring some fantastic results there. And it's really good. I mean, look how close everyone is. We've got so many people in the 30s and 40s, and that is a fantastic first score. A really great starting point. We've got a few people in the 60s. You must be experienced players, I'm absolutely sure. Tom Fox has got 70 points because, as always, Tom likes to do incredibly well. 31, 46. Wow, thank you, guys. It's not great to see how everyone's done better than you. Well, you know, this is what happens. It gives you a chance to experience and practice. You can come back and play again another time. You can watch the video back, and perhaps next time you'll do better. So guys, what I want to do is just kind of wrap up a few things. So firstly, thank you to everyone who came along and participated. It has been fantastic to have you here. Secondly, I am going to be doing 2 more streams this week and some more next week. So if you would like to be following, please follow me on Twitch or Facebook and Twitter, and you'll be notified of that. Tomorrow night, at the same time that I started tonight, I'm going to be doing a live design session where I'm going to be working on a brand new game and designing it live and just having a bit of a chat. On Friday night, it's going to be a mystery stream, but it's very likely that I'm just going to be doing this again because it's gone absolutely perfectly and it's been really, really great. So thank you so much. If you've got questions, do let me know. If you're watching the video later, do post in the comments and I will get back to you. Finally, this has been a playtest. There are still a few little tweaks that are happening, but it seems to have gone very well. So please do feel free to share photos with me in the Facebook group or Twitter. I would love to see them. And I will be hopefully releasing this in the next couple of weeks so you can play this with your friends and family as well. If you do just want to start, if you're experienced enough to understand that, then of course at the top of the sheet you can see all the lesson cards that are used. We then use all of the rare treasure cards. So take all of the rare treasure cards. We are then using 5 of the Oshax cards, and we are then finally using the 2 purple cards for placing things anywhere. So if you build your deck from that, you can then create your same experience as well. 61, I'm proud of myself for a first timer who's allergic to cats. That's fantastic. If you've never played the Isle of Cats before, that is absolutely great. So well done, really good job. Very, very fun, and more importantly, it's awesome to see an awesome designer being awesome. It makes me love your games even more. Well, thank you so much. Sometimes it's a little bit funny reading out these comments loud as you go through them because, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that everyone's really enjoyed it. I'm really glad that people have done well. Need a special to change the colour of one of the cat tiles. Going to try out my own copy of the game. Great. Please do let me how it goes. That's absolutely fantastic to see. You can easily play this with other people. All you need to do, even if you don't want to stream, is you can just send the photo of the selection of tiles and cards and let everyone get on with it. You don't even have to play it like as a real-time thing. You can do this as a play-by-forum type thing. You know, each day, send a photo of the selection for that day. 7 rounds, 1 round per day. So you can play it over over a week, and then everyone in your group just has a few minutes, and at the end of the week, you can just share your scores and see how it goes. Will I be posting the details of the cards and tiles? So I've just rushed through the cards and the tiles. We're using all of the tiles. I will be posting the final kind of details of everything in the next week or so, but I just want to finish a few more playtests before I write up the rule set, just to make sure that everything is kind of ready for the public eye. It does start to feel pressure towards round 6. Yeah, it certainly does start to kind of get that little bit tighter. Having those extra rounds in this really does make you have a little bit more stressed. Again, we use the 4-minute timer on this. If you're playing it with your friends, you don't have to. You could use a lesser time or longer time. You could wait till everyone's done. As I say, you could play over WhatsApp and just send it via email, any way you like. I'll try it with my group. I do hope that you were going to play it with your group and try it and let me know how it goes, guys. Please let me know. Really appreciate that. I really appreciate you doing this, Frank. It's causing my friend and I a headache trying to sort out remote versions of the game. Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's really something that I wanted to do. So many people are stuck at home at the moment, and I was thinking, I'm just going to play the Isle of Cats and people can watch and interact. And then I thought, why not just try and create something different? And it feels like it's working. It feels like people have had fun. So I really do appreciate you coming. It's so great to see so many of you here doing this. So 23 looks so much better prior to scoring. Lesson 1, don't screw up on all the lessons. Yeah, if you take lessons, you want to make sure that you're really trying to complete them as much as you can. That would be a really great thing. But, you know, as I say, will the stream be available afterwards? I hope so. I have been recording it and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. As long as the recording has gone through perfectly, then that will be there. If not, then please come back either tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow or Friday. Friday will be the same again, the Isle of Cats again. Tomorrow will be a game design stream. So that will be not playing, but just talking about design, answering questions and stuff. So thank you very much. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it. Lots of people are saying they're having fun. And of course, on the next version of the sheet, you might want to set a space for counting cats and treasures. I was drawing sticks on the side. Yeah, it's certainly something where having some area for people to kind of keep track of things, it could be a useful thing. I'm in two minds because part of me feels like maybe just making a box that just says notes or something, and people can just use that to write notes. There's plenty of empty space that people can do that, but obviously for giving the facility of that and implying it's an allowed thing is also a bonus. I really, Andrew says that you'll be bringing it to your online game night. I really hope that you enjoy that. So guys, thank you so very much. Let's continue discussion in the Facebook or Twitter. I don't want to keep people here too late because I know that we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes, but I really appreciate it. And I really thank you for your time. Please share the word. On Friday, when we do this again, I would love to have more people here. I'd love to have people who are new, people who are experienced, being involved in this and just really getting it out there so more and more people can continue to play it. Thank you for following. As I say, if you are new to Twitch, then create an account. You can click follow, and that means you'll get a notification whenever I go live. That's a really important thing for you just to kind of keep an eye on when these things are going live. Facebook and Twitter can be missed. But guys, as I say, thank you so much. This has gone so well. I'm so happy with everyone who's come. I'm so glad you've all enjoyed it. I'm so glad that it's gone smoothly, and I look forward to chatting to you next time. Until then, guys, keep on adventuring, stay safe, and have fun.